Hello, Standard 9. Your Arun sir, and going to teach biology, chapter 14, the respiratory system, and it is part 4. Dear children, what we have discussed? We have discussed about the aerobic and anaerobic respiration. We discussed about the respiratory organs. We discussed about the parts of respiration and about the protective covering of the this lungs we discussed, means visceral pleura and parietal pleura we discussed. Today we are going to discuss about the blood supply to the lungs, very important part, and try to understand this part. First, let me say something about the human heart. Our heart has got 4 chambers. Okay, 4 chambers. And suppose this is heart and it has got 4 chambers. Upper 2 chambers are called auricles. What they are called? Auricles. And lower 2 chambers, these 2 chambers are called ventricles. Very clear or not? So human heart has 4 chambers. Upper 2 chambers are called as auricles and lower 2 chambers are called as ventricles. A wall is there between auricle, this left side and right side, and this wall is called as septum. And here is a passage, means first let us try to understand which one is left side and which one is right side. This is my right hand. I am writing with the right hand. Don't say this is the right part, because the picture, the diagram is opposite to us. Or let me stand this way. Naturally this will be the left side and this will be the right side. Right side is here, means opposite to us while writing. So this one is right auricle. This one is right auricle and this one is right ventricle. Very clear or not? This is right auricle and this is right ventricle. And passage is there. Here passage is there. The blood from right auricle will go to right ventricle. The blood from left auricle will go to left ventricle. Very clear. Now one more thing. Once more try to understand that human heart has 4 chambers. Upper 2 chambers are auricle and lower 2 chambers are ventricle. And this is right auricle, right ventricle. This is left auricle and left ventricle. This part is clear. Now one more thing I would like to make you clear about the blood vessels. Okay, blood vessel. There are 3 types of blood vessel. First one is artery. Second one is vein. And third one is capillaries. Okay. Artery carries oxygenated blood. Try to understand. It carries oxygenated blood. Veins carries deoxygenated blood. And capillaries, artery breaks to form narrow blood vessel and that is called capillary. This part is clear, that artery carries oxygenated blood, veins carry deoxygenated blood, and capillaries, arteries breaks to form narrow blood vessel that is called capillary. Naturally capillaries will also contain oxygenated blood, and one more thing I have to discuss, and that is pulmonary artery and pulmonary vein. Pulmonary means what? Lungs. Pulmonary artery. If I am writing pulmonary artery, and we are knowing that arteries carry oxygenated blood, and the word pulmonary is added, it means will carry deoxygenated blood. Try to understand. Deoxygenated blood. So, if pulmonary artery I will write, pulmonary, generally artery carries oxygenated blood, but if the word I will use pulmonary artery will carry deoxygenated blood, and just opposite to it, pulmonary vein will carry oxygenated blood. Generally vein carry deoxygenated blood, but if the word pulmonary is used, it means pulmonary vein will carry deoxygenated blood. This part is clear. And generally in diagram, the arteries which carry oxygenated blood are shown by red color, and veins which carries deoxygenated blood are shown by blue color. But blue is not the color, just to differentiate in diagram it is shown. Very clear. So we discussed that human heart has 4 chambers. The upper 2 chambers are called auricle, left auricle, and left ventricle. Lower 2 chambers are called ventricle, left auricle, left ventricle, right auricle, right ventricle. This part is clear. Why I was discussing this part? Because we are going to discuss blood supply to the lungs. Very, very important part. We are going to discuss blood supply to the lungs. Now see, right auricle receives, this will receive deoxygenated blood from the body. Deoxygenated blood. And from where this deoxygenated blood will come to the right auricle? The right auricle pumps all the deoxygenated blood received in it from the body. Okay. Deoxygenated blood from the body will come to the right auricle. Once more try to understand, this is heart, and this side, because I am standing this side is the right auricle. This is the right auricle, and right auricle will receive deoxygenated blood from the body, and right auricle will pump the blood, and the blood will go from where? From this passage, the blood will go to right ventricle. Which type of blood? Deoxygenated blood. When right auricle will pump the blood will go to the right ventricle, deoxygenated. And when right ventricle will pump the blood through pulmonary artery, through pulmonary artery. Naturally pulmonary word is used, means will carry deoxygenated blood. Through pulmonary artery it will go to the lungs. For what purpose? For oxygenation, so that oxygen can be mixed in the blood. It will go to the lungs. And pulmonary artery will divide, redivides to form capillaries, and those capillary will surround the alveolus. Try to understand. Those capillary will surround the alveolus. There the exchange of gases will take place. Okay. And now the blood became oxygenated, and again through pulmonary vein, from the lungs through pulmonary vein, this oxygenated blood will come and will enter here and it is left auricle. Left auricle. It will enter left auricle, oxygenated blood, and came by pulmonary vein. In short, I am writing PV. Through pulmonary vein, the blood, oxygenated blood will come to the left auricle. Left auricle will pump and it will go to the left ventricle, and left ventricle now will pump the blood, oxygenated blood, to go in the body. Understood or not? Once more, let me make you clear. That as I have told you, human heart has 4 chambers. Upper 2 chambers are auricle, lower 2 chambers are ventricle. And right auricle, this is the right side, right auricle, receives deoxygenated blood from the body. Receives deoxygenated blood from the body. That deoxygenated blood is pumped to the right ventricle. And right ventricle pumps the deoxygenated blood, and deoxygenated blood through the pulmonary artery comes out and enters the lungs. In lungs, this pulmonary artery divides and redivides to form capillaries, and then there is exchange of gases, and now the blood becomes oxygenated, and oxygenated blood through the pulmonary vein come out from the lungs and is poured in the left auricle through the pulmonary vein. This oxygenated blood comes out from the lungs and is reached to the heart, and left auricle receives oxygenated blood. Left auricle pumps the blood to go to the left ventricle, and left ventricle again pumps the blood so that the oxygenated blood can go to the each and every part of the body. Now this question, what I may do? Fill in the blanks. From middle I will remove some certain words and you may be asked to fill the blanks. Very clear or not? So very important part, how the blood circulates in our body. So several times practice it, learn it. There may be question related to fill in the blanks, related to it. Next part, coming to the breathing. Yeah, I am sure that now you are not confused about the breathing and the respiration. Breathing is a part of respiration. Okay, inhalation of air which contain more amount of oxygen, and exhalation of air which contain more amount of carbon dioxide. Means what are there in the breathing? Two things, inspiration and expiration. What is there in breathing? Two things. Inspiration, and other is expiration. Try to understand. Inspiration, breathing in air, okay, and expiration means breathing out. Now, what is the breathing rate? It is 12 to 18 times, 12 to 18 times in an adult. Normally, the breathing rate is 12 to 18 times. But while we run, that time the breathing rate increases. Why the breathing rate increases while we run? These questions are not here in the book. So listen and watch the video several times. While we run, the breathing rate increases because running requires more amount of energy, and that energy is fulfilled by the respiration, and respiration requires oxygen. So breathing rate will increase so that more amount of oxygen can go to the cell and more respiration can take place so that more amount of energy can be released. So while we run, the rate of breathing is increased, but normally it is 12 to 18 times. Very clear on that. Yes. Now, next question arises. What happens in our body that the inspiration takes place? And what happens in our body that expiration means how air enters in our body. Naturally, it is entering through the nose. But how? What happens inside our body that the air enters our lungs? See, this is the chest, and this chest is made up of ribs. And while I will discuss about the skeletal system, I will discuss that there are 14 ribs. Okay, 14 ribs are there. A cage is formed, and inside this cage, lungs and heart are located. Have you seen that while we breathe, it comes up and down? What happens? You all are very good in physics, that I know. When volume is increased, pressure is decreased. Try to understand the physics part. If volume is increased, pressure decreases. Dear children, try to understand. While we expand it inside the chest cavity or the thoracic cavity, the volume increases. As the volume increases, the pressure decreases. And when the pressure decreases, outside air rushes to the thoracic cavity. And just opposite to it, when the inside volume is decreased, pressure will be increased and inside air will come out. Understood or not? Now a question arises that how this volume is increased or decreased inside our chest cavity. That part let me discuss. Listen, two things are there. Here, this is the lungs. And I have told you that lungs are situated on an arc-shaped or dome-shaped diaphragm. And one more thing, diaphragm, and one more thing is there, and that is the intercostal muscles. Intercostal muscles. Now, where these muscles are found? Here. Is this the intercostal muscle? No. These muscles are, these ribs are attached by these muscles. Ribs. These muscles attaches the ribs. So, expiration and inspiration is due to two things. One is intercostal muscle and other is diaphragm. See the shape of the diaphragm. Diaphragm is arc-shaped or dome-shaped. Now imagine if this shape becomes like this. Naturally the volume will increase. If instead of this, the shape is becoming flattened, when the diaphragm becomes flat, the volume is increased. And when diaphragm becomes flat, come inside. Suppose this is the chest cavity. Diaphragm becomes flat and the intercostal muscles contract. When the diaphragms become flat and intercostal muscle contract. Sikudana. Inside volume is increased. When the diaphragm flattens and intercostal muscle contract, inside the volume is increased. As the volume is increased, the pressure will decrease and air from outside will enter the lungs. Understood or not? Just opposite to it. Just opposite to it. When the diaphragm becomes dome shape, and the intercostal muscle relaxes. When it will relax, what will be the condition? When they will relax this way. When they will relax, the volume will be decreased. And as the volume is decreased, pressure is increased. And as the pressure is increased, inside air will come out. And this is the mechanism of breathing. Very clear or not? So, how inspiration and how expiration takes place, we have understood. So, dear children, very important part, blood supply to the lungs, from where the blood goes where, and inspiration and expiration today we have discussed. In the next video, we will discuss about the next topic. Thank you very much.